Tony, we need to talk. You won't believe just what happened.
Oh, for God's sakes. I'm at work, Connie. I'm really busy, and the last thing I wanted to see was a random text from my wife saying, we need to talk. You're lucky enough to have a job that gives you weekends off, but some of us aren't so fortunate.
I know that, but this is important. Your mother is being absolutely terrible to me.
Ugh, again? What is it with you two? It seems like you're having some stupid argument every other day lately.
That's what I want to know. It's not like I'm going out of my way to argue with your mom. We used to get along just fine. She was always sweet and kind to me. But lately, she comes out of nowhere and acts incredibly rude to me. I'm not just gonna sit back and take it.
There's always two sides to every story, Connie. You probably did something to make my mom mad. You're just not conscious of it.
I have tried so hard to think of something that I might have done to offend her. But I'm still interacting with her the same way I always have. She's the one who changed, not me.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Setting that aside for now, what's the problem today?
I told you that I was going to go meet up with my friend Chelsea today, right?
Oh, was that today?
Yes, Tony, it was. So I was getting dressed and putting my makeup on when your mom comes along and demands I take her shopping instead.
Is that all? Did you consider maybe just, telling her no?
I did tell her no. And that was enough to send her into a furious tirade. She was calling me every name you could imagine, telling me I'm the most useless woman she's ever met. And you know what she said next? She said, verbatim, if Tony didn't take you, then no man ever would have. You had better show us the respect that we deserve or else. Well, I was not going to stand for that, so I went ahead and gave her a piece of my mind too. It just turned into a massive shouting match until I realized that I was running late for my date with Chelsea. So I just ignored her and locked myself in our room. Ugh, she ruined an otherwise pleasant day.
Man, why do I always have to mediate between you two? Look, Connie, my mom just got mad. She gets mad sometimes. And when she gets mad, she says things she doesn't mean. We all do it.
This isn't a sometimes thing, Tony. It's all the time. Every single day, she finds something to criticize me about. I'm working myself to the bone doing all the cooking and cleaning while still having my own job. So I don't know where she gets off telling me that I'm useless.
Okay, well, maybe she went a little overboard this time.
Tony, she is your mother and I am your wife. You need to talk to her. You think she's going overboard? Then go and tell her that. Tell her to be nicer to me.
Frankly, I'd rather swallow an entire spool of barbed wire than get between you two. Whatever your problem is with my mom is, well, it's between you and her. Leave me out of it. Talk to her yourself.
I have been trying to talk to her about this, but she won't listen. That's why I'm asking you to help me.
You're an adult, Connie. You can take care of your own problems. This has nothing to do with me, and I want to keep it that way.
Tony, I have to say, you've been acting pretty cold toward me lately, too.
Oh boy, here we go again. You're coming around to play the victim card again. Do you have any idea how it feels to have you constantly venting about my mom to me?
I know it's not what you want to hear, but again, I'm your wife. I need your support. And I need your affection, too. You've barely even been looking at me lately.
What is it now, Connie?
We're 31 years old already, Tony. Don't you think, isn't it about time we thought about having kids?
Alright, that's it. I am not talking to you about this while I'm at work. We'll talk later.
How many times have I heard that before? You always say, we'll talk later, but then later comes around and you take a shower and go straight to sleep.
I said I'm done, Connie. We're not talking about a love life now, and I'm not gonna get between you and my mom. For the last time, talk to her yourself.
fine. Hey there, Chelsea. I'm really sorry, but I'm running kind of late. I'll still be able to come and see you, but I'm gonna be a little while. Aw, that's too bad. But don't sweat it, I can wait. Is something wrong? It's less something and more someone. My mother-in-law randomly barged into my room and demanded I drive her to the store. And since turning her down is only going to make my life harder than it needs to be, I'm gonna drop her off at the store, then head over to your place. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. But where's Tony? Harriet is his mom. Why can't he take her to the store? Tony's at work today, so he can't do it. On a Saturday? Huh, that sucks, but I guess he can't help it. But yeah, like I said, don't worry about it. I'll be ready to go whenever you get here. I'm really sorry. This is the first time we've been able to meet up in ages, but now I've got to drag this baggage along with me. It would have been one thing if she had talked to me about this before, but she just barged in and started barking orders. Like, Connie, get the car and drive me to the drugstore. I need to pick up a prescription. Oh, it's her medication? I guess that's kind of important. Yeah, but that's just the thing. I looked at her medicine bottles and they're all still at least half full. I don't know what it is, but lately she's been turning more and more into an evil caricature of a mother-in-law. Like something out of a soap opera. Things have been so stressful around here. Did you try talking to Tony? Maybe he'd tell her off for you. Nope, I tried that. He's not being cruel to me like his mother is. He's just acting cold and indifferent to me. What's the matter with that guy? He needs to get his priorities straight. I think I might just have to have a little talk with this Tony character about how he's treating my best friend. Tell you what, why don't you bring him along and we'll go out for drinks one of these nights? I'll let him have it once I'm a few beers in. Actually, when I think about it, we haven't all been together since your wedding. Wow, really? Yeah, I think you're right. Man, that means it's been 5 years since we've done that. That's kind of sad to think about. We used to hang out all the time back in college, just the three of us. Yeah, but what can you do? That's just part of growing up. Yeah, you're right. Just imagine what it's gonna be like if I have a kid. We won't see each other for 18 years. Okay, let's get one thing straight. I don't want you holding off on having kids just so we can hang out more often, capiche? I know, that's not what I meant. And speaking of which, did you get that test thing done? Are the results in yet? Yeah, actually, and apparently I'm all clean. No problems with anything anywhere. I see. And what about Tony? What about Tony indeed? I've tried to ask him if he wants to get tested, but he always says he's either too busy or too tired. Which just so happens to be the same excuse he uses at night. What's the matter with that guy? He married you, so I assume that means he likes girls. This is a really important part of a married couple's life, and he's just not interested? To tell the truth, that's what it seems like to me. It's like he doesn't even see me as a woman anymore. Ever since his mom has started acting worse to me, Tony's been pulling farther and farther away from me too. Unbelievable. Well, hold that thought right there. You just focus on getting over here as soon as possible. You can fill me in on all the lurid details once you're here, okay? Thanks a lot, Chelsea. Well, the Wicked Witch of the West is calling for me, so I'm gonna hit the road now. I'll let you know once I drop her off. Got it! Oh, and remember, if you get in an accident on the way, make sure you crash into something on the passenger side of the car. Well, Connie, have you started getting your things packed yet? Why would I be getting my things packed? Oh, I simply thought that by now, maybe you would have given up the ghost and decided to stop taking up space in my house. I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean, taking up space? I see I have to spell out everything for you. I'm saying that I neither need nor want a miserable excuse for a woman like you in my house any longer. You've worn out your welcome, Connie. I was hoping that I had made that clear already, but apparently you're more dense than I thought. I don't believe this. You're trying to get me to move out? What's the matter with you? I haven't done anything to deserve you treating me like this. Shameless, utterly shameless. Are you really going to stand there and act like you've done nothing wrong? I'm not acting, it's the truth. I'm doing my best to please you. I cook, I clean, I work, but that's not enough for you? What more could you possibly want from me? You think this is about housework? Please spare me. Think, Connie, I know it's difficult for you, but think. What is the single most important duty for a wife? What? I don't know. Yeah, if you say it's not about housework, then I guess I really just don't know. So, you tell me, Harriet. What is the single most important duty for a wife? I'm talking about children! Oh, okay. Wow, that makes everything a lot clearer now. Well, I'm glad you finally got with the picture. It's now been 6 years, 6 whole years since you and Tony got married. And yet you haven't even had one single child in all that time. I'm a patient woman, but even I have my limits. I have no intentions to support a barren woman for the rest of her pointless life. You have no right to talk to me like that. I want to have kids even more than you want me to have them. So don't sit on the sidelines and pretend like I'm the one who's at fault here. Good heavens, you vile woman! Are you implying that Tony is the reason that you haven't had children? Let me put it to you this way. I have made my desire to have children very clear to Tony. I've made myself available to him more than most wives do. But he's the one who's not taking me up on the offer. Yuck! Such a scandalous way to talk about your husband. But you can't possibly blame Tony for not being interested in you. It's your fault for being such a charmless, unattractive woman. Not gonna lie, that insult falls flat coming from you, Harriet. That sort of snotty back-talking makes you even less attractive, you little brat. You're only proving my point. If you had made more of an effort to keep Tony attracted to you, maybe then he'd be more interested in being intimate. You can get as mad at me as you like for saying it, but it's the plain and simple truth. Tony just isn't attracted to you. He was when we got married. We were both madly in love with each other back then. Yes, Tony was mad, all right. He was utterly mad to have married the likes of you. There are so many lovely, wonderful, and fertile women in this world, but he had to go and choose you. You know what? I'll bet he felt sorry for you. That's right, he felt like no one else besides him would marry you, so he did. He married you out of pity. That's so like Tony. He's always been such a kind and considerate boy. I have never in my life had anyone talk to me like you are right now, Harriet. I'm sick and tired of it, and I won't take it anymore. I'm sorry. Do you think this is just me venting my personal frustrations with you? Well, think again. Tony agrees with every single thing I've said to you today. I don't believe you for 1 second. Believe it or not, you'll find out his intentions soon enough. He tells me that he wants to divorce you. Again, Harriet, I do not believe you. Pitiful girl, you're so afraid to accept reality. He wants children, but he tied himself down to a woman who's as barren as a volcano. Don't you think he'd rather ditch his useless wife and marry another woman? Any other woman? You're lying to hurt me, but it's not going to work. You don't have to take my word for it. Why don't you try asking Tony yourself? Once you do that, be a dear and don't put up a fight. Just sign the divorce papers and be on your way. I want my poor son to be free to marry a better woman as soon as possible. Not just that, I want you out of my house immediately. Fine, I'll talk to Tony and see what he says. Tony, if you have a free moment, I'd like to talk to you.
How many times, Connie? How many times have I had this conversation with you? Do not bother me when I am at work. Whatever stupid thing you want to talk to me about, it can wait until later.
I'll make it quick and get straight to the point. Your mom told me that you want to divorce me. Is that true?
God damn it, she went and told you?
Tony, no. You mean she was telling the truth?
This is not what I wanted to deal with today. Yes, Connie, it's true. I'm tired of dealing with your stupid fights with my mom. I'm tired of your constant texts while I'm at work. I'm tired of you, Connie. If you have this much trouble getting along with my mom, then you're not worth having around. Everyone will be happier if we break up. My mom will be happy without you around. You'll be happy without my mom around. I'll be happy to finally have some peace and frickin' quiet at home.
I don't believe this. You really don't have any feelings left for me? None at all? I've never stopped loving you, Tony. Not even for a second.
Oh, for the love of God, can you please not do this? I don't know how much more straightforward I can be. I don't want to see your face anymore. I don't want to hear your voice anymore.
Okay, Tony. Thank you for being honest with me. I guess this means that it's over between us, then. I'll leave.
You mean you're not gonna fight the divorce? Oh, thank God for that.
I'll start packing up my things immediately. We'll have to set up a meeting later on with a mediator to discuss the finer details.
Yeah, I'll leave all that to my lawyer. Goodbye, Connie. You were pretty useless as a wife, but at least you're being cool about divorcing me. Could you be gone by the time I get home from work?
As you wish. Goodbye, Tony.
Have a nice life.
Connie, you've got some explaining to do. Oh, no. Well, hello there, Harriet. So, to what do I owe the pleasure of receiving this random message from my ex-mother-in-law? I just got off the phone with a friend of mine who told me she saw you in town the other day. Okay, congratulations. I don't understand why you'd be texting me about that. I'm not finished. She told me that you were pushing around a baby in a stroller. And it gets worse. She hadn't heard that you and Tony were divorced, so she told me congratulations. Do you have any idea how awkward a position that put me in? I had no idea what to say to her. Are you asking me for a suggestion? You could always, tell her the truth. I don't need any suggestions from you, just answers. Tell me, Connie, did you really have a baby? Not that it's any of your business, but yes, I did. He was born almost a year ago. I can't believe it! Why would you hide this from me? Excuse me? I wasn't hiding anything from you. Tony and I are divorced, remember? That means you're not my mother-in-law anymore. And since there's nothing connecting us anymore, I don't see why I should go out of my way to let you know. But you got remarried so soon! Once again, that's no business of yours. I am free to do whatever I want with whomever I want, whenever I want, and wherever I want. I don't need to ask for your permission or give you a progress report. But, I thought you couldn't have children. Yeah, I know that's what you thought. After all, you kinda told me directly that you wanted Tony to divorce me because of that. But you were wrong. I got tested while Tony and I were still married. The results said that I was perfectly healthy down there with no problems whatsoever. But if that's true, then why could you never get pregnant? Haven't you ever heard the expression that it takes two to tango? I told you before, Tony wasn't interested in doing his part in order to get me pregnant. I'll bet that if we stayed married, I would never have had kids for the rest of my life. And that's your fault for not making him interested. Yeah, I heard all this before. You think I wasn't making enough of an effort to make myself appealing to him, right? Well, you're free to think whatever you want about me. I don't care in the slightest anymore. But let me ask you a question, Harriet. What about Tony? Is he still single, or has he remarried too? Well, he hasn't met the right person yet. Is that so? That's a shame. It's ironic though, isn't it? If Tony hadn't married me, I never would have gotten married. But it looks like you got that backwards. Don't you dare insult my Tony like that! Don't shoot the messenger. I mean, just look at what happened since we got divorced. I got remarried pretty quickly, but Tony is still single. That makes it pretty clear to me which of us had more options than the other. You spiteful, vile little harpy! You think you're something special just because you had a child, hmm? Well, just you wait. Your new husband will get tired of you before too much longer. Then you'll have been kicked out by 2 different men. You're in for a life of nothing but pain and misery, Connie, which is exactly what you deserve. I don't know about that, Harriet. Between the two of us, I think you're the one that has more trouble coming your way. And just what makes you think that? You know what? Never mind. I don't want to hear it. You'll just spout some nonsense, no doubt. I'm done with this conversation. Goodbye.
Hey Chelsea, you there? I had a question for you.
What do you want?
I heard that Connie got remarried and had a kid. Is that true?
What difference does it make to you? You're divorced. Done. Through. It's over. You're nothing to her anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that's true. But I'm just curious, you know?
If you must know, then yeah, it's true. After you two got divorced, she met her new husband and got married pretty soon, and then her son was born a year later. I've gone to their place a few times to see him, and he is an absolute doll. Connie seems like she's super happy with her new life.
Wow, really? She actually got married already.
Oh God, no, Tony. Do not tell me that you were thinking about getting back together with her. Tell me you're not that much of a pathetic moron.
I don't know, it's just that I kind of started to regret divorcing her.
Oh my God, Tony! You are so utterly shameless! I can't believe I used to hang out with you. Did you completely forget about what you did to her? You teamed up with your mom to drive your wife out of your house. And now you think that after all that, you're gonna go crawling back to her, she'll forgive you, and you'll live happily ever after? This is real life, Tony, not a fairy tale.
Look, I had a lot of stuff going on back then, alright? I was totally swamped with work. Every day felt like a chore, just getting up, getting dressed, and going into the office. And then when my mom and her started fighting and she expected me to referee for them, I just couldn't be bothered.
Well then, I guess you got your wish. You divorced her, so you'll never have to deal with her and your mom fighting again. I hope I don't need to tell you that your mom was the reason all those fights happened.
It was about us not having kids, wasn't it?
That's exactly what it was. I don't know why she got mad at Connie about that. You were the one who was completely uninterested in being intimate with your own wife.
And she had some kind of test done on her, right?
Yep, and the results came back clean for her. She was perfectly capable of having a baby, if only you were willing to do your part. Or who knows, maybe you're the one with issues down there, Tony. What makes you so sure? You never got tested. But Connie never got pregnant even back when you did have a love life, so she thought maybe you had some issues.
Really?
Yes, really. She told me about it. She asked you to get tested along with her, but you said no, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I think I remember her saying something like that.
I asked her straight up, Tony. If you find out that Tony can't have kids, will you divorce him? And you know what she said next? She said that there was no way she would ever leave you.
Did she really say that about me?
It's appalling that you're so surprised by this. Connie loves kids. She's always wanted to have kids, since as far back as I can remember. But she loved you most of all. She loved you so much that she'd stay with you even if you couldn't give her any kids. That's how much you meant to her, Tony. That's how much she cared about you. You have no idea how much of your mom's abuse Connie put up with, all because she didn't want to hurt her relationship with you. She cried out to you for help so many times. But did you ever answer her cries? Did you ever defend her to your mom? No! You at best ignored her, and more often than not, you actually took your mom's side.
I guess maybe I did do that.
So then you get it, right? You have no right to want to get back together with her. And another thing, I'm not friends with you, not anymore, not after what you did to Connie. So don't just randomly text me out of the blue like we're still on good terms. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. Sorry, Chelsea. Hey, Connie. How are things?
How are things? That's how you lead into your first text to me 2 years after our divorce? What do you want, Tony?
Well, I heard a couple days ago that you got remarried, and you have a kid now.
Yeah, I know. You texted Chelsea about that 2 days ago, right? So what are you texting me for? Seriously, Tony, you're not actually serious about trying to get back together with me, are you?
No, trust me, that's not what this is all about. I just wanted a chance to talk to you. You see, back when we got divorced, I was under a ton of pressure at work. I was constantly getting screamed at by my boss. Deadlines were tight, it was a mess. And among that, I lost sight of a lot of important things. Things like you and our marriage. I completely disregarded your feelings, Connie. And I wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Really? You're apologizing? Why? What do you think you're going to accomplish by apologizing to me now? We're not getting back together, Tony. So don't waste your time apologizing. It's not going to do you any good.
Yeah, I know. I just realized that you really cared about me. You genuinely loved me in spite of the way I was treating you.
Okay, so then this is just about closure for you? You want to get all this stuff off your chest?
Yeah, you could say that. I know it's too late, but I realized that if I had stood up for you back then, if I had listened to you, if I had stopped you from walking out the door, then maybe things would have gone differently.
No, I don't think they would have. Our marriage was already over, even before that. We would have gotten divorced sooner or later.
Why would you say that?
Because you were out there looking for other women. I know that you had registered for a couple dating apps.
What? But I never...
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I had you looked into, and you're right. At the time of our divorce, you hadn't been unfaithful to me. But the mere fact that you had signed up for those apps told me that if we had stayed married, you would have cheated eventually.
That's not true, Connie! You are the only girl for me.
Please, Tony, don't debase yourself like this. I know what this is really about. You haven't had any luck finding a new love in the last 2 years, so you're starting to miss me. Well, I have much better things to do than sit here listening to your regrets. Fire up one of those dating apps, find a woman, and get married. Or don't. It doesn't matter to me either way.
Right.
I should say, though, you might want to do your new wife the favor of not getting married to her. Any woman who marries you is going to end up regretting it. It's all because of your mother. That woman simply cannot think about anyone's feelings but her own. And you're too much of a pathetic weakling to stand up to her. My new husband is smart, strong, handsome, faithful, and loving. I'm happier than I ever thought I would be. So don't text me anymore. Don't call me anymore. Don't even try to write me a letter. I'm through with you. I've moved on. You need to do that too. And to help you out, I'm going to block your number right now. Goodbye, Tony. Connie, just what in the world do you think you're doing? I think I'm cleaning the dishes after lunch. What do you think you're doing, taking your Alzheimer's meds? Don't be cute with me, Connie. I just found out that you are suing me. I don't understand. What could you possibly be suing me for? Ah, so my lawyer served you. That's good to know. I figured I'd be hearing from you about that pretty soon. I'm still waiting for my explanation, Connie. Tell me what is going on here right this instant. I would be glad to walk you through it. Though, I have to ask, you really can't figure it out by yourself? For the last several months of my marriage to Tony, you were hurling all sorts of verbal abuse at me every single day. And in the end, you are the one who was the most responsible for me and Tony getting divorced. Does that make it clear to you? I'm suing you because, of course, I'm suing you. Nonsense! If you want to sue someone over your divorce, sue Tony, not me! We went through divorce mediation, and I already secured a larger than usual amount of alimony from him because of the way he treated me. My issues with him are settled. You, however, have yet to face the music for all your abuse and harassment. Baloney! Utterly ridiculous tripe! I never abused you or harassed you! Uh-oh, I think you've waited too long between doses of your Alzheimer's meds, Harriet. It's only been 3 years. Don't tell me you've forgotten what you did. I remember everything crystal clear. I don't have Alzheimer's. Sure, maybe I was the one who asked you to leave, but nevertheless. You didn't ask me. You ordered me. And that's not all you did, but I think you're aware of that. Then again, maybe you're really not. Maybe you genuinely don't realize how terrible your treatment of me was. There's nothing for me to realize. You're just making things up about me. Sorry, but you're not going to be able to use that defense against me. I was talking to my lawyer around the time Tony and I got divorced. I told him that I kept a journal detailing all the ways you abused and harassed me. You what? My lawyer told me that I could use that as evidence in a lawsuit against you. But this still doesn't make sense. If you really had that journal, then why did you wait this long to sue me? It's been 3 years. I wasn't intending to do this, Harriet. I met my husband soon after divorcing Tony. We fell in love, got married, and had our son all within a pretty short time. I was happy, and I had basically forgotten all about how miserable you made me. But when you texted me the other day, I remembered. Oh no! Oh no is right. If you had just minded your own business and kept your big mouth shut, I probably wouldn't have sued you. Listen, Connie, can't we talk about this? You don't need to dredge up our unfortunate past together. It's been 3 years after all. It might have been 3 years ago, but I remember it all like it happened just yesterday. But Connie, I don't have enough money to hire a lawyer, much less pay you any damages you receive. Then I guess you'll have no choice but to have Tony pay it all for you. Tony and I aren't speaking anymore. What? After you left, I did my best to find a new wife for Tony. But nothing I did worked. After a while, Tony started telling me that it was my fault that he was single. And, well, then things started gradually escalating until we had a real blowout fight. That was about a month ago. He moved out of the house that night, and I haven't heard from him since. I see. So you see, please, Connie, I can't possibly pay you anything. Your ability to pay what you owe me is not my problem. That's for you to figure out. Connie, what is the matter with you? How can you be so heartless? Heartless? Me? Let's talk about heartless, Harriet. When I was struggling with the stress of Tony and I not having any kids, what did you say to me? You said that I was a useless wife and that Tony wasn't attracted to me. But I put up with it because I had no choice. I just focused on my job and doing the housework as well as I could. But no matter how hard I worked and no matter how hard I tried, you never let up on me for 1 second. And now you're calling me heartless? Give me a break, Harriet. But maybe you're right about me. Maybe I am heartless. But this heartless woman is gonna leave you penniless! After my successful lawsuit against her, Harriet went around to her relatives to beg them for money to help pay off her debt to me. Somehow, she was successful and was able to come up with the full amount to make a lump sum payment. However, in the process, she had turned most of her family against her. None of them have anything to do with her anymore, and she now lives completely alone in her big, empty house. I understand that Tony is living by himself in an apartment downtown and is very active on multiple dating apps. He still hasn't managed to find a wife, though. He hasn't even gotten a second date. As for me, on the other hand, I'm as happy as I could possibly be with my new family. My breakup with Tony was without a doubt the most painful experience that I've ever been through. But then again, after going through all of that pain, sorrow, frustration, and humiliation, I met my wonderful husband and had my adorable son. When I think about that, it always serves as a reminder that I absolutely made the right choice to leave him. All of my business with Tony and Harriet is now settled, so I can finally forget about my past and focus on the future. And the future for me is looking brighter and brighter every day.